Welcome to the Larry and Earlene Baum Family Performance Hall at the Hastings Performing Arts Center. At this time, please silence all personal electronic devices and refrain from talking during the performance. For the safety of our performers and the comfort of those around you, please, no flash photography. Food and beverages are strictly prohibited in the auditorium. In the event of an emergency, lights will flash and alarms will sound. Walk, do not run, to the nearest exit. The nearest exit may not be the door through which you entered. Please take this time to find the exit nearest you. Thanks for coming, and we hope you enjoy the program.
Good evening. Welcome to the Hastings Choir's 2024 Fall Concert. This is a unique concert in our year because it allows us to combine our 6th through 12th grade choirs. Choral music is a discipline that, like all worthwhile disciplines, require time and effort to develop. We are tremendously proud of all of these students' growth already and look forward to their future concerts. We are sure that you will notice the change from the beginning to the end. With these students, it's not a question of if they will grow, but when. I'm afraid that I have some good news and some bad news. I'll start with the bad news first. Regrettably, Mrs. Bykonen is not with us this evening. She was feeling ill the last couple of days, and I'm afraid she has not improved enough to be with us. She was hoping to be here, but it's in her best interest, her health, to stay down for the evening. The good news out of all of that is that she prepared this 6th grade and the 7th grade choir you will see in a moment very well. So it was easy for me to step in and do a quick rehearsal with them this morning to prepare for this evening. We will miss having her here, of course, but we are all in agreement that her health comes first. I know she's watching the live stream right now, and on behalf of all the choirs, and specifically the 6th and 7th grade choirs, thank you, Mrs. Bykonen. We'll see you soon. Before we start, I wish to thank a few people, Mr. Buell and Mr. Holly, for their work to improve and preserve the infrastructure of the HPAC, Mr. White, Mr. LaJoy, and Ms. Seville for their communication and oversight of the space, and our new custodian of the HPAC, Mr. McIntyre, for all his work to keep things pristine. Also to Jean Ann Wall-Piotrowski for her work behind the scenes getting uniforms ready. It's always a crazy thing. Also a big thank you to our accompanist, Mrs. Tina Bovee, for her beautiful playing. Woo, indeed. And thank you to our student teacher, Miss Haley Bovee, who I will introduce in a bit. The shared last name is not a coincidence. More on that later. A few housekeeping things to begin with. First, if you need to leave or re-enter during the concert, please do so in between songs, not during. It is not respectful to our performers, and it is distracting to those around you. Thank you. Second, please silence all electronic devices. I know that I had to check a couple of times. Next, as a reminder, food, drink, and gum are expressly prohibited in the HPAC. If you have it, please don't bring it again. Thank you. And finally, please be respectful of all performers by not talking or whispering during our concert. Sound travels remarkably well in here, and so many rows away, people can hear you. We ask that you keep very quiet so that everyone can enjoy their students on stage. Thank you. Our first piece from 6th grade is Sarah Sponda. Mrs. Bykonen writes about this. It is a Dutch spinning song. It has a cheerful melody and nonsense words that has helped Dutch colonial women from New York alleviate the tedium of operating their spinning wheels, for long periods of time. This particular arrangement is by Ruth Boschkoff and is in 2 voice parts. These 6th graders have done an amazing job learning and staying on their parts and are ready to let you hear this fun rendition of Sarah Sponda. As someone who got to hear this for the very first time this morning, I can concur with that. So without further ado, the 6th grade choir, Sarah Sponda.
Adore, boom,
Mrs. Bykonen wished to share the following about the 7th grader's piece, Sunset. It is a poem written by Paul Laurence Dunbar, an African-American poet, novelist, and playwright of the late 19th century and early 20th century. In this poem, Dunbar uses personification to bring the river, the star, and day to life. George L.O. Strid and Mary Donnelly worked together to set the poem to music to make a beautiful choral piece. You will hear beautiful accompaniment from the piano and lovely harmony from our 7th graders. We hope you enjoy Sunset, The River Sleeps Beneath the Sky. Well, I'll take this moment to go back to my thank yous. I completely forgot one that I had on my to-do list, and I left him off my list here. And that's Mr. Bob Gaskill, who is hiding out there somewhere with his camera ready to snap some photos. So thank you, Mr. Gaskill, for taking your wonderful pictures of our choirs. Yes, you can give him a round of applause. We always joke that he does his job really well. He's the photography ninja, so I can never find him. But anyway, I'll take a moment while my 8th graders are getting lined up in the back. I think they missed their cue. They were just enraptured with your singing, 7th graders, so that's all right. Our teaching intern, who will be out here in just a moment, I assume that she's attending to the 8th graders. Our teaching intern is Miss Haley Bovee. She is finishing her bachelor's in music education from Western Michigan University this semester. As part of her degree requirements, she is assigned to an existing music education program, and we were lucky enough to get her for this fall. She has been working with 8th through 12th grade choirs on my schedule and has been teaching in the classroom both with and without me. Miss Bovee is I don't know if I can say this out loud, a TK Middleville grad. Ooh. But the thing is that there's no rivalry between our music departments. So we're glad to have her here and convert her to the dark side. And she is the daughter of our famed accompanist, Tina Bovee. So I told you the Bovee thing wasn't a coincidence. Let's see, sorry. Having Miss Bovee and Mrs. Bovee in rehearsals has proved a little confusing, but it's all been worth it. She has built a great relationship with all of our students, and I'm excited for her to take the podium this evening to lead a number of our selections. So without further ado, Miss Haley Bovee and the 8th grade choir.
All right. As we're finally starting to see and feel hints of fall outside, the 8th grade choir is performing a piece that will pair with the changing seasons perfectly. The lyrics encapsulate ideas of gratitude, kindness, and connection as another year comes to a close. Imagery of the ephemeral autumn colors is also present throughout. We hope you enjoy the 8th grade choir's performance of the aptly named October Twilight. Lucy Spohr will be our featured soloist at the beginning of the piece. Mr. Moore makes his apologies for not correctly saving the updated version of the program this evening.
When summertime is over, when the leaves are turning brown and everything you see is slightly darker than it seemed only a few weeks ago.
A song from the Georgia Sea Islands, Yonder Come Day, is a spiritual that talks of the sun rising yonder, or over there, though in no way would anyone say that it was worth the human price of slavery. Spirituals born out of slavery are a pillar of our music in the U.S. today. It speaks of the inevitability of the sunrise and finds a hopeful theme deep within the text in the line, "Trees are green and the air is sweet, the good earth is singing underneath my feet. I'll point my feet down that freedom line, walking that road, I'm feeling fine." Despite the unspeakable hardship of enslavement, the song encourages hope, not despair. And now, the combined middle school choirs will sing the classic spiritual, Yonder Come Day.
While the middle school choirs move off the risers and back to their seats and treble chorale takes the stage, I'll share a few updates from the year. We've had an exciting year so far. Recently, we had our middle school tie-dye Friday extravaganza. About 50 students ate pizza, watched Encanto, tie-dyed their own HMS choir shirts. with the help of Mrs. Eggers and Mrs. WP, and a couple of choir directors as well. It was a blast as usual, and I believe the shirts will be handed back to our students in short order, so just be watching for that, middle schoolers. Hastings Youth Choir has begun its 4th year at a remarkable rate as they prepare for their fall concert on Tuesday, October 29th. HYC was started to give our students the opportunity to sing in a choir even when only in elementary school, and has quickly become a rewarding and enjoyable part of the Hastings Choir family. Finally, the high school choirs started their year off a few weeks ago with the high school choir dive-in at the Cirque. We swam, ate pizza, not simultaneously to be clear, and enjoyed Big Hero 6 on the big screen at the Cirque. It was a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for the next one. And now Treble Chorale is taking the stage, and they are under the direction of Miss Haley Bovee.
Typically, rockling sea shanties are sung by tenors and basses, but we wanted to have a little bit of the fun. Here's a song about the boatmen that make their living on the water, specifically the Ohio River. As you'll hear in the chorus, "Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio." Please enjoy the song "Boatman Stomp," performed by Treble Chorale.
The oyster boat, she keeps to shore. The fish and smack can venture more. The schooner sails before the wind. The steamboat leaves a wide track open. Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio. Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio. The boatmen dance, the boatmen sing, the boatmen up to everything. And when the boatmen go ashore, they spend their cash and work for more. Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio. Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio. The boatman is a thrifty man. His son can do as the boatman can. I never saw a pretty gal in my life, but that she already was a boatman's wife. Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio. Hi-ho, the boatmen row, floating down the river on the Ohio.
The question of where we get our hope is posed in this piece. Perhaps the answer, as the text suggests, is music, or perhaps music is just representative of our hope. Regardless, the lyrics say that my life flows on, an endless song, above earth's lamentation. Throughout, you will hear the question, how can I keep from singing? Used rhetorically to say, of course I will sing. Please enjoy How Can I Keep From Singing as performed by Bass Chorale.
The origin of this Irish piece is a bit of a mystery. One interpretation of the text is from the point of view of a woman lamenting over a lover who has joined the military. It demonstrates her torment, that she is supportive of his choice, and that she is fearful that he will fall in battle. Regardless of the literal meaning of this text, it wrestles with strong conflicting emotions. The chorus is an Irish blessing that means, "Come, come, come, my love, quickly come to me. Come to the door and away we'll flee, and safe forever may my darling be." Please enjoy Shularoon, performed by Sonos.
Shoo, shoo,
Varsity's first piece this evening is William Byrd's Ave Verum Corpus, a staple of Renaissance music. The text is taken from the Latin Mass and is complaced in choral music as a useful piece of Latin text to set to original music. This composition embodies the sound of the day, long unbroken lines of sound that resolve at the conclusion of phrases, surprising chord changes, and dense overlapping sets of text. It's challenging but beautiful piece.
The second varsity singer selection is based on Mahala Jackson's arrangement of the traditional spiritual, which features an Afro-Cuban treatment of the song. Using driving rhythms and this arrangement of the spiritual, I'm on my way, has themes of home, journey, and trials. I'm on my way to Canaan land, referring to a metaphorical final resting place. Please enjoy the varsity singer's performance of Ave Verum Corpus and I'm on my way.
As the combined high school choirs take the stage, I will give a few ads for upcoming things. One, the high school varsity singers and Sonos coffee house night is coming up. It's a casual evening of music that they are doing themselves, kind of like, you know, a coffee house thing. They're going to sing. You can come to the Wildwood. It's the new bookshop downtown. Just kind of a come and go, easygoing event. Give them a chance to sing some solos and that kind of stuff. We might do some excuse me, some combined numbers, but it'll mostly be solo kind of stuff, so it should be a lot of fun. Second, we are looking forward to the high school NYC trip. That's right, New York City, that NYC. And details on the trip meeting are coming soon to those involved. And one of my very favorite parts of the year is coming up, and that is the 2025 High School Musical, which was just announced, as you probably heard. The show this year is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'm very excited. It's a fantastic, funny, silly, really catchy, and all-around fun classic musical. It will feature a junior cast this year. So, middle schoolers, I've already talked to you about this, but that's a great way for you to get involved. 4th through 8th grade students are welcome to audition for it. I will tell you what I've told them, and that is that we have a very high bar for our junior casts. It's a big commitment, but it's a really, really fun thing. And finally, I see my high school choirs assembled here just about. The last thing I'll say is that I'm very excited to tell you the HPAC has a very big technological advancement coming, and it's going to be debuted with the musical, and that is an LED video wall. The entire back of the performing area will be taken over by this amazing LED video wall that will be used for our backdrops. For those that came to the Wizard of Oz production, you might remember that our backdrops were a projection, which was really cool. That was a really, really awesome thing, but projections have their drawbacks, and one of those is that it really limits fly space. So anything in between the projector and the back wall, we can't really use because, you know, it's going to get in front of the projector. So an LED video wall will open up new opportunities for us, and it definitely puts us in the elite of elite categories in terms of performing arts centers, certainly in the state of Michigan. So I'm really looking forward to this. That is a huge thing for a town like Hastings to get, and it speaks to not only the dedication of the students behind me and the students yet to come and the students that have gone before, but also of the community and how much the arts matter to this community. That is really, really phenomenal. So thank you for all that you do, and here's the high school choir performing Ad Astra, which I believe is being introduced by Zeke. Thank you.
This piece is the culmination of the high school portion of the concert and is the source of the text from which we take the name of our concert. The full Latin saying, Ad astra per aspera, means to the stars, through adversity. We want this to be our watchword, not only as a choir, but as people. Our daily discipline and pursuit of musical excellence has led us to this point in our concert and will continue with us tomorrow back in the classroom. And so, here are the combined Hastings High School choirs singing Ad Astra.
While the middle school choirs join us on stage, I have just a few closing items. At the conclusion of this song, the choirs will return to the choir room briefly to be dismissed, and then they will be sent back out to the lobby. Please do not follow them into the choir room. It just gets way too congested with this number of students and everybody trying to chase them down. We will send them back to you, we promise. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, and we wish you a great rest of your evening and look forward to our next concerts on December 5th for the high school collage concert and December 17th for the middle school choir holiday concert. While we're still getting up here, I'd like to take just a moment. Students, you can do this too if you can hear me. And audience, I would just like to give one big round of applause to Miss Haley Bovee for her excellent work as our student intern. I'll admit that I was nervous taking on a student teacher, and that has nothing to do with her. It's just the first one I've ever taken. And I am delighted that it was Haley, and I am very scared of anyone else because she has set the bar very high. So thank you for all your work with these wonderful students. Thank you. All right. Now, our last piece, while we're getting into final positions here, Tres Cantus Nativus, our final concert selection. It's a song written by a Brazilian composer, Marco Schleita. This song takes us deep into the Brazilian rainforest, where we hear 3 short songs as they might have been sung by the Krao Nation. Sadly, their language is lost both in sound and in meaning. But Leita created this variety of sounds to mimic language and maybe in some way honor these long-lost people. Enjoy the combined choirs of Hastings Middle and High School for Tres Cantus Nativos dos Indios Krao, and thank you very much. Have a great night.